thoughts on him maybe transitioning to MMA ring? Can he do it? What are your thoughts?
Floyd can do anything he chooses to do. He's made great decisions. He became a billionaire by making great decisions. And if he makes any decision what he wants to do with the second part of his life, I'm going to support him 1,000%.
As his friend, though, do you not want to see your friend get in there and fight again? It's great business, but do you, as his friend, not want to see him fight anymore? Or do you not care?
Well, the discussions we have behind the scenes, I'll never discuss.
Gotcha.
You know, what we talk about behind the scenes, but I'm going to support him with any and everything that he would ever do.
What have you learned from Floyd, just being near him and promoting with him?
I've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from each other over the years. Floyd is a genius, I'm telling you. He's a genius. He's like 5 years ahead of everything. It's like things people are trying to do now. He was talking about this 5 years ago, you know, and big picture wise, you know, that's why he's been not the boxing part aside. He's a genius. He's a genius. He really, really is.
Even with him in retirement, does the sport still revolve around Floyd Mayweather?
Of course it does. Of course it does. Because look what he's done. He's set an example for these other fighters. He's completely changed the game. He's the reason why the fighters are making and generating the revenue that they are getting. He's the reason why. He's the first one to start getting these major paydays. And now it's trickled down, you know, some of the promoters don't agree, you know, but it's all about the fighters. The fighters deserve to make the lion's share of this money, and Floyd, he's the one that set the tone for that, and that's why I think, you know, a few years down the road, you'll see a lot more, the fighters will speak a lot more about that because they'll see what the transition was when it all started. I mean, he's put himself in a situation where, you know, that he's getting 7 figures every month for the rest of his life.
But he beat...
Who can say that?
He beat a lot of great champions before he started getting that money. Do you think the young guys that want to make Floyd's money, they don't realize that part enough, that you got to kind of beat a murderer's row before you know?
And it's all about being in that right situation because, you know, coming up, I mean, that's what he was doing. I mean, we were talking about this the other day. I can remember we were up in Big Bear. I can't remember one year we were training for, I think it was Gennaro. Some of the sparring partners he had, Cesar Bazan was a sparring partner. He was WBC 35-pound champion, I think, at that time. I think. But it's just so many things have changed, you know. But he had a phenomenal career, and he's paved the way for these younger fighters. And all they need to do is just kind of sit back and follow the blueprint. Everybody can't be Floyd Mayweather, but there's some things you can take away from him that will help you throughout your career. And Floyd understands the business. He was always super respectful, and you can't burn bridges in this business.
Yeah.
That's one thing in this business, you can't burn bridges.
As his friend, what was the conversation like after the Atlanta incident, as his friend?
Yesterday?
No, what happened in Atlanta? What was your conversation like as his friend, big brother, little brother, to Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, no comment.
Okay, sure.
Now, we know Floyd, he's TBE, master adjuster. What would you say, in your opinion, was Floyd's toughest fight? Because he makes the adjustments.
He's fought a lot of really good fighters. You would have to ask him that. You would have to ask him that. He's fought a lot of, is he going to be here this weekend? A lot of good fighters. A lot of good fighters.
Did anyone come to mind, like a couple names at least, and you just didn't want to?
Sometimes it don't always have to be the name. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can be in a good fight, and you know it don't have to be this particular name.
Well, you said Emmanuel Augustus was one of them.
That was a very good fight.
Right.
And sometimes you can. And I've always had respect for guys like him, because I can remember Bruce Trampler having this conversation with me when we were actually making that jump from, we were getting ready. He was the fight before, he was the fight before Diego, and we had moved from 30 to 35, no, we had moved, yeah. We were making that jump, and I think we fought him above the weight, and he was tough. But if you looked at him, that's why looks can be deceiving. You never can judge people or judge situations. He was one heck of a fighter.
And he passed away too. Just a year ago.
Yeah. He was, you know, he came out in his cowboy boots and his three-piece suit and his cowboy hat. Yeah, and you know, this was at the weigh-in, and I'm looking, you know, and my mind is telling me something else. You know, like, you know, I said, this guy looks a certain kind of way, and I can remember.
Cowboy boots at the weigh-in?
Yeah, he probably, you know, just coming to the weigh-in dressed that way, and I can recall the conversation. And, you know, I had done my homework too, but it was just like, this dude can fight. A lot of times people don't look the part, but be tough as nails.